Hello, this is Ted Argyle from Adrenalin Martial Arts Centre, and welcome to day 21 of 30, where I explore the 30 lessons that I've learnt as a full-time martial artist, a full-time martial arts instructor, and as a business owner for the last 20 years. What I wanted to talk about today was something that I've come to realise over the last 10 years, and that's that it's important to allow students, as an instructor, to express the art in their own way. Now, this is hard to let go of, particularly if you've come from a traditional martial arts background. It has to be said, though, that in my school here, there are fundamental requirements within all 4 disciplines. So if someone wants to be graded in Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, self-defense, or the Filipino martial arts, there's certain things they must be able to do and they must be able to do them to a high standard. Outside of that, I really give students the freedom to pick and choose how they express either the fundamentals that I've taught them, or other techniques that I've taught them, or things they've learned off the internet. So I don't jump up and down and tell my students to stop learning what they're learning off the internet, because we're all doing that, whether we admit to it or not. We're all jumping online, we're all checking out things, myself included. The important thing, of course, is to make sure that your fundamentals are squared away. That has to be in place. Otherwise, you're just jumping around all over the place, learning 500 different things, and those 500 different things may not be connected tactically or strategically. But if you have a good fundamental base, and your students have a good fundamental base, I haven't got a problem with people attempting things they've learned off the internet, attempting things they've learned from a different martial art they've studied, or moving a different way, which is more in line with the way they like to move. And I think that keeps my students happier. It certainly makes students happier who are interested in learning other things or have come from a different martial arts background. I've taught lots of martial artists from lots of different backgrounds, and once they have our fundamentals squared away, I'd allow them to slot back into how they normally move, and just allow them to do that. And they seem to enjoy that, and I think that's the right thing to do. There's an old saying that says, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And I live by that quote as a teacher. So I try not to force my opinion onto my students. I try not to force my students to move a certain way. I encourage them to move a certain way. I explain why we're doing things a certain way and why I do it a certain way. But at the end of the day, they make up their own mind. Again, it has to be said that fundamentals have to be there and they have to be done to a specific way. Outside of that, I think it's important to allow students the freedom to express the art however they wish, because here's what, they will do it anyway, whether you like it or not. So if you allow that, that makes for a better environment to work in. Anyway, that's one of the things I've learned as a martial arts teacher. I'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow in day 22. Thank you.